Welcome on in, everybody, to Mimic Loaf. Tonight, finally, we are going to be playing our Adventures in the Astral Sea campaign, session number 71. We've got a full house tonight.
Yeah, wow, full stack.
First time in a while, full stack, including the returning Drew as Azoth. Thumbs up. Yeah, I don't think there's anything really I need to say this afternoon, tonight. I don't know what I'm saying. This morning. So, with the Drew, let's get into it, I guess. Now.
Am I live?
Yes.
Okay. So last session, which was a while ago, I think that was the session that we came back. It was. Oh no, it wasn't. We came back the session before. The first note that I have is Shalagoth crashing into the Mother's Myriad was not good. So I think that sets the tone. The plan was to head to Leviathan, the pirate planet. Azoth rejoined the party, hence why he's here. And I've got here that he needs crystals. He needs them for their healing capabilities. We've got 3 keys left, one on Shalagoth, one on Yin, and one on Leviathan, which is why we're headed to Leviathan to get the crystal. Not the crystal, sorry. Crystals for Azoth. Key is what we need. Dunder joined us again. Thank God. He's back. Fan favorite. As the party approached Leviathan, there was just like a massive barricade of ships around the planet, protecting the planet from all the bad stuff that's been happening out there in the world. How did we get on there? How did we get through that? I can't remember.
We just said that we were coming. We just here.
No, I mean, how did we get through the barricade? Dunder,
you guys
wasn't
met
it?
Jax, and then Jax got you through the barricade.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yes, Chuff. I see. I wrote his name as J, G-A-J-A-Y, but it's Jax. Okay.
Yeah, Chuff Jax.
Correcting that. That's right. Okay, we met Chuff Jax, unfortunately, and he had got us through. I've got here that Leviathan is a bit of a shithole. Then I've got Captain Virek Stormlash Dren, and he is as far as I remember, he is the captain of the fleet that was around the planet, wasn't it? It was one of the ships on there, yeah.
Yeah.
He was on there. Monster's Heart is the tavern, the tavern that we eventually end up at. Spoilers. I've got also written here that Chuff Jax is annoying as fuck. So I'm looking forward to hearing more out of him tonight. I've got listed here all of the different captains and all the different pirate crews. I'm not going to list them all, because that's just too much. We, however, did find out that the Voidwings, the Cog-Rotted, the Living Canvas, and the Helio Seekers are, out of all of the pirate crews, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Those 4 are the most receptive to outsiders, the most chill. We entered the Monster's Heart. That was the first place we went, I think. And inside the Monster's Heart, I'm not sure what is on the screen. Oh, I'm on the screen, aren't I? well, you'll see when we get in there, that the 3 people in there are Holara of the Moorborn, Zilthrax of the Amber-Veined, and Tharn of the Brimless Legion. And then there's a Tortle, the caretaker of the Monster's Heart, is Bosun Threeknot. So that's where we are.
Cool.
And sing.
Also, is Nathan rolling dice?
Maybe.
He's sure doing a lot of jingling.
Yeah, there's a lot of jingle jangling.
I'm just rolling some stuff.
Some
Cool. So
Sturf.
that is no, I'm not actually. I'm just sorting my dice out because, you know, being
Yep.
Being your own dice.
Being-
Yeah, you gotta set them. You gotta separate them all.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, same, hold on.
being the
Oh.
superstitious DM I am, I have to have only my campaign dice in the dice tray. Otherwise, it's bad juju for the night.
Or else.
Or else. So that is where we're going to continue. So, you guys having come into the Monster's Heart, is this kind of like central tavern to the lot of these put together bunch of ships strapped together with like strapping.
Basically,
with,
it's basically
it's
a
just-
shanty town.
yeah, it's essentially a shanty town. I'll set what you see in this place again because I believe Charpok wasn't here last time. First of all, Azoth is here, so whether or not you want to do any kind of flavor to that, we can figure
Oh,
that
there's
out.
going to be so much. Don't worry.
So
Well, there's
this
gonna be
is
some flavor.
Oh no.
this
There's
is
gonna be a
this-
lot of homoeroticism.
This is what I read as the party came in to the Monster's Heart. So you step through an archway made of fused kraken ribs and salvaged ship hulls into a cavernous chamber lit by flickering lanterns, glowing fungi, and the occasional spark of magical misfire. The walls are a mismatched blend of volcanic stone, ship timbers, coral crusts, and metal plating. A tapestry of the pirate clans that claimed the beast as home. At the center sits a colossal dragon bone throne, draped in netting and riddled with glowing runes. Despite the raucous life around it, the throne remains empty, silent as the grave. No pirate dares sit on Grimm's throne.
Grimm's throne.
Scattered around the hall are semi-segregated sections, each decorated in the signature flair of the captains who gather there. As seen on your screen, you guys can see Bosun Threeknot, which is the Tortle. You see Holara the Moorborn, who is the lady chewing on some sort of octopus tentacle that it looks like. Zilthrax the Ember-Veined, which is the tiefling with large fiery cracks and a large fiery crack.
Who would have thunk?
Large fiery cracks through his skin. And
Me too,
you
brother.
see Tharn of the Grinless Legion, a purple hooded gentleman strapped in leather, and looks to have like a pale skeletal like face.
Seems like
That-
what's his name?
So we continue.
Zilthrax also has a bad case of the astral shards. He's got a fiery crack.
This is the final evolution of it.
yeah, that's what
The
happens
end
to
of
you.
Astral Shots.
Yeah, fiery crack in the astral shards. That sounds like a bloody
Interesting that it's
limerick or
Grimm's
something.
throne. Also, I think it was very funny that
Thanks for
you
that
said
band.
you described it as the dragon bone throne, but
Yeah.
I think depending on how you put your enunciations on that, it could be the dragon bone throne.
Oh.
The
Bone
throne where
throne.
dragons, the throne where dragons bone.
Hey, you don't know what's
Oh,
been on
wonder,
there.
Yeah, I don't want to
Feel
sit
her
on there.
away.
There's just like a little
I wonder
white
Ali
wet
wants to be on
patch
it.
on the.
Yeah, there's a slightly damp patch on the fabric.
Ew.
Yeah.
But it's not on the seat. It's like off to the side on like the back of the seat, like here.
Yeah, or it's like in the
wow.
cushion, and it only like it seeps out when you put pressure on it, like a
When you
sponge.
sit down, yeah, it's like the cushions absorbed it, and so when you sit down, it goes, it's like a sponge.
Nah.
Oh, Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
Genuinely
All right.
sick of that thought.
Anyway, yeah, so that is what you guys see before you. What do you guys want to do? Oh,
I
also,
want to get a drink.
before we continue, thank you to Lefty for your 23
Oh, that's
month
okay.
sub.
That's all right. I'm just, that's all right. I'm just,
Consider
thank
yourself
you.
acknowledged.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Has anyone talked to any of these people yet? Because I wasn't here last session.
No, we literally
so-
just walked in. I'm pretty sure.
No, so I believe Zil has talked to Bosun Threeknot.
Oh, yes. But what did I say to him? Fuck, I can't remember.
Well, Bosun gave you information on all of the different pirate captains and crews
That's
that
right.
made part of.
That's where we got it from.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you now.
You
Right.
did learn that the Monster's Heart is kind of like a central tavern that they use as a safe space, as like a meeting neutral ground for
To have their parlay.
yeah to have their like meetings. Yeah.
Okay.
I really want to go up to the lady and ask if I could have a part of her tentacle, but I don't think I
Do
should
it.
do that to the.
I'll walk over with you. I'll go.
All right.
My friend has something that he wants to say to you.
My
My friend was watching you from across the room, and he has something he wants to say to you. Can I have your food, please?
Are you
want
gonna
the
finish
food.
that?
you just hear this, and she just kind of like looks away, not even paying you much mind.
Oh,
She's
Wow,
just
rude. I was gonna
constantly
share some
chewing.
of mine, but okay.
So it's okay. There's plenty more fish in the sea. There's plenty more octopus in the sea.
We better be. I want to get some now.
You do see behind, so there is like a large bar area that you guys can get drinks from, and behind the bar there is a chalkboard that is labeled the specials, very badly misspelt at the top of the board, and there's like some chalk things written on there. There's Captain's Cut Grog, Blood Rum of the Bone Pit, Void Fit Fruit Brew, and Mystery Skewers.
Ooh, mystery skewers.
Mystery skewers.
I think that sounds right up Sharpock's alley.
Does it have a price next to it?
Yeah, each one has a price. So Captain's Cut Grog is 20 gold pieces a mug. Blood Rum of the Bone Pit is 10 gold pieces. A cup, like a drink. Void Fruit Brew is 15 gold pieces a drink. And hello everybody, welcome on in to Mimic Loaf. Sorry, I just heard the alert. We've got a raid, guys.
Whoa.
I believe is it, or is it a follow? No, it's a
No,
follow.
it's-
My bad, not a raid. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I got excited.
What are you
about
Yeah,
it.
I heard the braid icon, the thing, but I must have it set to multiple things. But thank you, Dyson Dysfunction, for a follow. Very much appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appropriate.
Yeah, so
Hate it when my Dyson.
Void Fruit Brew is 15 gold pieces a mug, and the Mystery Skewers are 5 gold pieces each.
Awesome. I dropped 25 gold on the bar and was like, give me your skewers. 5.
Bosun kind of gets that ready for you. It'll take a couple minutes to get the skewers, so five skewers.
Yeah, I'm just waiting at the bar now, all 4 hands just tapping away.
Cool. What are the rest of y'all doing while Charplock's waiting for his skewers?
Well, I was gonna order a drink, a beverage.
Okay, one of the specials or just something?
God no,
off the-
I'm not spending 20 fucking gold on a drink that I don't know what I'm getting. I will have a gin and tonic, please.
They look at you weirdly.
Fine, I'll have. I'm doing my best pirate impersonation. A mug of your finest grog, matey.
You're right, Sil?
The bartender goes, right, okay, and then like pours you a little drink, hands it to you. That'll be 3 copper pieces, please.
All right, I give him the 3 copper pieces.
Cool.
I'm not counting
Zil.
up the pieces.
Zil, do you
Yes.
need a lozenge?
Oh, I think that hopefully the drink is soothing enough on my throat. I don't think I'll be doing that voice again anytime soon.
All right, I'll dig around for a butter menthol in the meantime.
Oh, thank you.
A Werther's original.
A Werther's original.
Cool. What are the rest of y'all doing?
I'm invisible still.
Are you? Why?
Yeah.
That was my next question.
Yeah, I'm still invisible. I think I was just really pissed last week and I just went invisible
You're like, no, that's it. Fuck it. This is because of
Yeah.
because I ignored you.
because you ignored me. I don't know, because we were trying to be sneaky when we came in, so now I'm invisible.
Oh,
Um,
I'm
I would like to go sit on the throne.
Okay.
Oh, that's gonna end well.
dear.
So you head over to the throne, this large, colossal throne made of dragon bone with the netting. It's very intimidating as you approach. You notice that people seem to give it probably about 1 meter, 2 meter clear way around it. Almost as if you see like bartenders like move towards the direction and then go around and then come past. As you get closer, you do notice that it is, like I said, it is carved with many, many different types of runes. Yeah.
Okay, before I sit down. Can't stop. Okay, don't worry. Can I use detect magic?
Yep.
Will that
Check
drop
magic
your
out.
invisibility?
It is casting a spell.
Yeah. Damn it. No. Okay.
But is it concentration? Because you still cast stuff while you're concentrating, can't you? Or
hang
no?
on. Let me
You
look at
can,
my
but-
invisibility spell.
But invisibility
Spell
says that it drops when you
Oh,
cast a
sweet.
spell,
Yeah,
not when you.
attacks or
Yeah.
cast a spell.
Unless it's a class feature, in which case I don't
Yeah.
think that counts.
Is the invisibility a
Hmm.
spell or is it a class?
It's-
No.
Well, invisibility
touch.
is
The
a
other one has
thing.
to be.
My invisibility is from shadow touch. I'm pretty. Yeah.
Do you
from shadow
cast a spell? Do you
Yeah,
cast
you do
a spell
cast
to
the
use it though?
spell. Yeah.
I just
Well,
I
then, yeah.
use it.
But
Yeah.
like it's a spell. It's not
Well,
like
I was talking more so the
it's not
detect
like a
magic
like a
thing.
class feature where it's like, oh yeah.
I was
Yeah.
talking the detect magic. If it's a class feature,
Oh,
unless
the
it says
detect
you
magic.
can cast detect magic at will.
Yeah, I
in-
cast detect magic at will.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
So
So
I have unlimited detect.
Right.
Why do you think I've been going detect magic? Detect magic.
yeah.
all the time?
So if you're
Okay.
casting detect magic, it counts as casting a spell.
Yeah.
So
just
it would
says-
drop your
yeah.
invisibility.
Okay, well,
Yeah, because you are still casting a spell.
Don't do it, don't
there are
do
just
it.
some
uh,
class features that allow you to just use it naturally, and then that would be not counted as casting a spell.
I'm gonna to Azoth because
Whoa.
brain things. So like, should I sit on this throne? I'm right near it. Everyone is giving it like a really huge border, space, gap. Should I sit on
Birth.
that one?
I think that means it's probably more important, so therefore the sitting would
Be
Be-
better.
better.
Right. It should be like.
I'm gonna start walking towards it.
Cool. You notice the same, like that leeway. As you get closer, you start to recognize a few of the runes on there. They're very similar to the runes that you use.
Yeah, I'll just do like a lap and just start thinking like what ones I recognize and trying to take note.
Yeah, so there is quite a few on there that you recognize. Most of the runes that you recognize are on there at least once.
What if we sit on it at the exact same time?
I know I'm not the smartest in the group, but I think the invisible person sitting on it might have a better chance of survival than the big dragon.
What if it like?
Depends how
traps-
brave you're feeling.
I don't know if I've ever been brave, just reckless.
I seem to have a memory. That's the same, in my opinion.
Yeah. just like
I recognize some of these runes. It could be dangerous, but depends how brave
gonna
slash
do it.
reckless you're feeling.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
do it. I
Okay,
sit on it.
cool. Well,
Okay,
so you
great.
sit down.
Wonderful.
John, what's up?
I was going to walk up in front of the throne and kind of noticing people have that kind of bubble around it, just stand right up on the bubble of it and intently like pay attention to it. But just in my peripherals, I'm just going to look around. Are people giving, because I know Azol's walking around it as well, are people giving us like extra attention for drawing too much attention to the throne?
Give me a perception check.
15,
It seems
Sorry?
like
13.
13. It seems like people kind of watch as you move through the space, almost as if they're recognizing that you're outsiders.
Mhm.
A few people give you like glances as you guys approach the throne, but kind of go back to their revelry.
Notice that I got a couple of people's attention just by getting up to it. I'm not gonna go up and touch it, but I'm gonna step inside of that kind of safety bubble people are having with it and just kind of go right up to it and have a proper look at it like up close.
You do get
When
a
he's
few
next
more
to me.
looks when that happens.
When he's next to me, can I just go woo?
Yes.
and see
You
if
get
it
scared
jumps?
by
Do
a
it jump?
boo. You're thinking it's the chair.
Why is the chair talking to me?
Hello, chair?
I am
Are you-
scared. Come
Now
and
you
sit
recognize
on
it to be
me.
Ollie.
Um, if you get caught, I will just say that I'm looking for my child, and I'll just come get you.
Looking for my child.
I am older than you somehow, so
No,
Oh.
you're not.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, I feel like
I actually
everyone
think I am.
everyone in the party, you technically are older than, except for John.
No,
Yeah.
everyone.
So Ali, you sit
Okay,
down
I'll-
on the throne.
Yup.
The
I'm
moment
scared.
the moment you lower yourself
You're the
onto
one who
the throne,
did this.
I had to. It had to be done.
the hall seems to breathe in. Lantern flames dip low, and the chatter around the chamber dies like a wave retreating
I'm
from
jumping
shore.
up straight away.
The bone beneath you is cold, not dead, but waiting. Runes carved
Is
by
it wet?
unknown hands, flicker red and pulse once. You feel a tightness in your chest, a pressure like you're sinking into the deep, far from air, far from the surface. Whispers curl in your ears in a tongue older than storms. The pressure grows, then snaps. You're wrenched off the seat by a jolt through your spine. Not violent, just wrong. Your head swims. You can feel something you can feel something taken, though you can't say what. Everyone kind of like looks in your direction. It does not break your invisibility, so they kind of look at the throne acting weirdly. And I need a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna yell out quite loud. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Gas. Sorry, astral shards.
When you say that, you hear a bit of a sharp bark of laughter come through from one of the pirate crews nearby, and it just says, "You see that? Another fool thinks they're grim."
Oh, okay.
Someone write that down.
I'm writing that down.
I just need to. What can I use my psionic dice for?
Any ability
now?
check.
This-
I don't think
No,
saving
it
throws though.
doesn't- it's probably not.
I could be wrong though.
Grim isn't alive, is he? Grim's dead. Well,
We think.
I think, yeah.
no one's seen him, have they?
Like he's assumed to be gone, but implications otherwise.
Interesting.
Yes, John.
Sorry, just to clarify, I am obviously new here. I was just under the impression the way people were treating it that the throne was out of bounds. Is that not quite the case?
Some would say that. He kind of like laughs at you. No one sits where he sat. Not unless they want to drown. Slowly.
I've never heard of anyone drowning quickly, but
Fucking got him.
He just kind of takes it 1 second and goes, "Will you
oh,
die?"
yes. Me realizing I could have insulted him, going, yes, of course. So like, it obviously is waiting for a chosen person or something.
It only lets Grim sit there. Grim's the only one.
Right, but if no one's allowed to sit on it, then Grim will never be allowed to sit on it. Is that what you're referencing?
He kind of, you see him like tick through his brain as if you've
I'm
confused him.
confused as well.
And he's like, only Grim can sit on his throne. That's why it's called Grim's throne.
So I'm not allowed to sit on the throne. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean like, physically, no one but Grim can sit on the throne.
So I'm allowed to try to sit on the throne.
You can try. We'll all laugh at you because you won't be able to.
That's fine. Maybe we'll have a wager. If I can sit on the throne, I'll give you a gold. If not, you know what I mean.
Sounds like an easy bet. I'm in.
I'm gonna go and do the Ali save, and then I'll go and sit on the throne.
Technically, I did sit on the throne. Since
You
Steve
did,
sat.
yeah.
I was gonna say you technically sat on the throne. You were on there. You just didn't
I
stay
just
on the
didn't
throne.
Stay on there. I got 13.
13. You get 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh,
That's not too bad. We'll before we go, we'll have a
I
long
could be
rest. We'll get
slowly
over it.
drowning over the next few days, not being
Yeah.
able to get any exhaustion, but it's
Yeah.
fine.
True.
Had to do it.
True.
How do I-
Just also having like before I actually sit down, did I notice the runes? I noticed the runes and stuff kind of light up a little bit when I did.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get Azal's attention and just maybe pay extra attention to the runes. Perhaps it will tell us something.
Alrighty.
Cool.
And I'm just gonna
Sit down.
hop a squat.
Cool.
Yeah.
You feel that same like silence, and that like guttural feeling, until you are pushed from the seat. I need you to do a wisdom save.
Just roll better wisdom.
18. Meets it, beats it. You feel kind of queasy in your gut, but you do not sustain a level of exhaustion.
I get up. I'm like, ooh, yes.
He's like,
Shots are back.
I'll take my gold piece, thanks.
I'll flick in the gold.
Easy pickings.
Any other good places to spend gold around here?
What are you trying to buy?
Don't ask John that. And the real question is what are you selling?
Yeah.
what are you buying?
Gems or something, perhaps. Even magical items would not go far. Tattoos, even, is pretty good.
I mean, we're all pirates here. Plenty of us have got treasure. Just depends on how much you want to spend.
I don't want to get a tattoo here. I'll catch some sort of disease.
I want to get a tattoo here.
Is there like a concentrated place, like a market that people could,
Not really.
buy?
We do our
special
deals out on the street. More open that way.
Is there a specific street where all these deals take place? Does everyone line up on a street with, like little coverings where they trade all their goods?
Generally speaking,
Business
you put in a request, and then somebody heeds your request.
Interesting.
Old turtle face over there, he's the
Well-
guy to talk to about the request.
Okay.
If you've ever heard,
That'd be rude.
I'll flick him a silver piece as well.
He takes it, and he just laughs.
And then I'll head over to I'll head over to old mate afterwards
Easy.
and let these two do stuff
Azov?
first.
So see if I took note of any specific runes that went off when he sat down.
Pretty much all of them went off. There were like 2 or 3 that went off first, and then eventually all of them just kind of glowed that red color and then flashed for a few seconds. And that's when John
John,
jettisoned.
I'll give him like a knowing nod and be like, they're all pretty important. What accent did I do for Azoth?
There was.
I don't think you did an accent.
Aussie
I think you just did like it was just like a deep
Oh,
voice.
spoken. Yeah. I think I went a bit Wolf Creek. I'll find it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. That's a good way to say it, yeah.
I'll go sit down with everyone.
Sol?
I'd like to try and see if I can find any of the members of the soul, the ones that like the sun. I can't remember the name of the group.
Helios.
You
Seekers.
should know
Helios
this.
Seekers.
I mean, I do know that, DM.
He does.
No,
Helios
you should
Seekers.
know Helio.
Without knowing, like, it's very hard to say who's part of what crew unless they are
I'll
visibly
start
showing
asking.
signs.
I don't care.
I'll say that, yeah, you ask Three Knot, and he tells you that there is currently nobody from the Helios Seekers in the mall, in the heart. Sorry.
Lame. I'll just go and sit back down then, I guess.
Yes, Charpog? Your skewers?
Are my skewers done?
Yes. They are 5
Fucking
skewers of completely mismatched meats.
Okay.
Like there seem to be cubes on one, and then for some reason there's a tentacle on another. There's like noodle-like, very thin clumps that almost look like hair. Like there's all these weird things.
There's no kale, is there?
No, does not seem to be any kale. There is one that is like spiced with oregano though.
Oregano.
That's fun. Oregano. This is pirate bar.
Yeah. Oregano.
All right, I hold.
Oregano. That's a good one. Thank you.
Why does everybody laugh when you do it, Jackson?
I don't know. I thought I
emphasis.
It's
said
the
it was
delayed
funny.
reaction that was good.
Yeah.
I'll
jeez.
hold 4 of them in one of my little smaller hands and one in my big, and I go over to the turtle.
Cool. Bosun,
What's
like
his name again?
Bosun Three Knot. He's currently like cleaning a table as he watches the throne explode with that energy, and he just kind of like chuckles a little bit underneath his breath, and then looks to you and goes, "Hello."
Hi. Food?
I'm good, thank you.
No, it was a waste of 5 gold. Oh, okay, fair enough. I put that to the side. Do you work here? Are you a captain or something?
I'm not a captain, no, but I look after this place.
Can you tell me anything about the big chair? The bone throne?
Grimm's throne?
Sure.
Well, it was made and put here by Grimm himself. He was the first pirate king.
Ah. Is there another pirate king now?
There hasn't been a pirate king since his leaving of Leviathan. So technically speaking, he is still king.
Interesting. No one's taken up the mantle or tried to? That's odd.
People have tried. People have failed.
Okay. Are you also the person to talk to if I need to require any substantial goods?
Yes. What are you after, friend?
Nothing yet, but give me a sec. I'll come back to you on that one. And I walk away and I go over to the purple hooded creepy figure. Food?
There's just silence. It just like kind of like as you offer him the food, he kind of looks up and you just see these like piercing yellow eyes beneath this bone face.
Does he have his hands like he is in the photo?
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, I'll just put that in there. I'll just slide it into his fingers and okay, I'll leave you to it. And I walk away and I'll let someone else go.
He just like keeps his eye trained on you.
It's alright, don't care.
Even as you leave, the rest of you that watch Charpox approach just see this figure, piercing yellow eyes, watching him.
He's so thankful for the food.
So happy that he knows you. My
Ali?
question is for Charpok.
Hmm.
Since when have you had different sized hands? Which ones are the big ones? Which ones are the small ones?
Top ones are the big, bottom ones. Are
Top
the
one's
small.
big, bottom ones are small because they can't wield They can't wield like bigger items and shit.
So you've had baby hands this whole time.
Yeah. I've had your
Should've known
size hands this whole time.
I should have known about this. Okay. Reach me. I'm done.
Sol?
As
And
Azoth,
has,
well, as I scooch in next to Azoth, after being defeated and not finding anyone, just say to him, "You should go and sit on that chair. It seems like your kind of thing."
It just feels like it's a trap, though, right? Like, surely the rune on dragon bones. It feels too easy.
Or to right?
Yeah, alright. I'll do it. And I'll walk over.
Doesn't take much.
I'll follow.
Doesn't take much.
Yeah, fucking rubber arm over here.
Yeah,
Cool. Azoth, you sit down.
Yeah.
Cool. As you lower yourself onto the throne of fused dragonbone, enchanted netting, and centuries of legend, the atmosphere warps. Lanterns sputter, runic etchings flare. Not in the angry red they've shown others, but in pulsing gold. The netting tightens around the bones like a heartbeat through a carcass. Silence falls across the hall like a dropped sail, all eyes fixed on you.
Let's look at Soul and like, is this what you wanted?
As you look at Soul, everything seems to slow down. Your vision reels. The pirate hall fades into shadow, replaced by a windswept, void-lit deck beneath a shattered sky. Stars hang like shattered glass, and strange constellations pulse above. Before you stands a dragonborn pirate lord, cloaked in sun leather and heavy, time-worn robes. He's back
It's Dad.
towards you.
Papa!
His gaze fixed on a large silver egg, glowing faintly in a
Egg.
bed of tangled netting, fireglass, and bone. He speaks, not to you directly, but into the air, as if it is a message meant for someone not yet hatched. If you're hearing this, then you finally sat the throne. Good. I always knew you'd find your way back. They said I was mad to keep watch over an egg with no name, no origin. But I knew. I knew you'd come for it. Someday. That you'd be more than what they say you were. His throne was never mine. I was just keeping it warm. Guarding it for you. He sighs for a little bit. It's a kind sigh. The kind of sigh that only a pirate who's lived 100 lives can make. I don't know what the galaxy will look like when you wake up, but if the winds haven't changed, then the myriad still stirs. The mother, that bloated spider queen of twisted void silk, she'll be creeping back into the cracks. He turns now, looking almost directly at you. Though Grim, in his message, has no idea who he's truly speaking to. They say her children follow her blindly, that they obey her will without question. That's not loyalty. That's fear. I know the look. I've seen it in crews before a mutiny. She wasn't born the ruler. She stole it. Killed the one who came before. Which means it can be done again. If one of her champions rose to power, then so can another. Maybe even one of your friends. He reaches into his coat and pulls out a cut amethyst, dark violet, with a flickering core like lightning trapped in honey. He turns it over in his palm and studies it. One of your crew's already reaching for something like this. Don't know if they know it yet, but this'll help. Maybe not today, but when the stars go dark, you'll know. He reaches out, holding the gem face down towards you.
I don't take it.
I just reach for it. I'm gonna go home.
Yeah, I just get up off the chair and walk away.
Get out of his hand. Get out of here.
He places it directly into your hand. It's warm. It hums with resonance. A deep, silent tone only he can hear. Take it. Lead them better than I did. Burn cleaner. Burn brighter. Oh, and Azoth, welcome home. The vision collapses inward like a wave receding from the shore. You take like a gasp. The throne beneath you again, but it feels different now. Solid, responsive, alive. In your hand rests an amethyst, unchanged, glowing faintly from within. Around the chamber, no pirate speaks. The hall holds its breath. Not one blade is drawn, yet. But you can feel the pressure, not hostility. Not yet. Just superstition. Fear of what it means. Bosun Threeknot speaks up. I'd get out of the chair if I were you. No one sits there for long. You stand up.
Yep.
With that gem and amethyst sitting in the palm of your hand.
Actually.
I just like look to Soul and just like wide-eyed. Like, what did you make me do?
So that whole time I would have had my back facing Azoth standing guard just in case anyone tried to do anything. And once that's all gone off, I'd turn around and be like, I told you you should sit, but maybe it is time we leave.
I like put my head down and just kind of like hide, see if I can like hide behind his wings a little bit.
Zil?
This is not something that I want to do. This is just saying what. So
Jackson might have a lot of things to say right now.
I have a lot of things to say.
Daddy?
That one first, Dad.
I wrote in my notes. I wrote. So I got this is my train of thought. When I found out that the throne kicks everyone off, I said only Grim can sit on the throne, and then Azoth sat on the throne, and everything happened. And I was like, I think Azoth is Grim, and then I've gotten in all caps, Azoth is Grim's son. I think. Well, I'll go up to Azoth and I'll ask him to describe the sensation that he felt sitting in the throne. Does that feel familiar to a Spelljammer helm? The sensation that he felt?
And he wouldn't know. I don't think he's ever helmed a Spelljammer.
If he describes a sensation to me, I know what it's like to sit in a Spelljammer helm, so I could go, that's what it kind of feels like. It's the sensation that he described similar to the sensation that I feel when I sit in the Spelljammer helm? Interesting! I think we're gonna have to come back to this throne. I think there's more to see here. Interesting.
Charpok?
After this all happened and everything, and everyone turns their face, I was about to hand a skewer to the fiery Astral sharp man, whatever his name is, and I turn around and I put a skewer in each hand, and I walk over to Azoth, kneel down, and bestow him 4 skewers.
I'll take one and do like the knight thing, pick one on each shoulder.
Yeah, that's
A hair clump rolls off.
John?
It's good to be back.
Things are always quite light. I'm talking to Freaknook.
Yeah.
I see things are always interesting here.
Quite. Not a dull day at the Monster's Heart.
I mean, surely you would get some time when no one's in here to clean this place up, though.
Never enough time. It seems once I finish cleaning a mess, they make another.
It's just open 24/7, so to speak.
Yes.
I have heard on the grapevine that you are the man for requiring some goods.
I am. The middleman, so to speak.
Have you ever heard of a deity called Celestian?
The Traveler. Yes.
Yes. I am looking for some memorabilia related to him. I don't suppose gems specifically. You would have heard of any peculiar gems to match his. I assume you know his signet.
I am
Of
a
any
little
interest.
familiar.
I don't suppose you've heard of any significant gemstones that might fit that sort of description.
No, but I can ask around.
I will pay you for your time if that comes to.
I always appreciate those that appreciate me. I will put my feelers out.
Well, I will put 1 gold out just for like a well intentions.
He kind of nods, takes it, and pops it in a pouch on his belt.
I just added a gold, so anyway, took it off.
Cool. Sweet. Um,
I'm just gonna poke your brain for a second.
yeah.
Considering recent events, if someone was to, I don't know, perhaps ascend the throne of Grim, how do you think the other captains would react?
Well, you see, Grim was fair, but very powerful. So the other captains did it more out of... more under threat than most other things. So unless you are powerful enough to get all of them under your toe, or have a good standing with enough of them, the chances of it happening are very slim.
Good to know, friend. Well, I look forward to our further meetings.
I will send word once I have anything.
Looks like we're gonna have to visit each of the different pirate crews and recruit them.
Oh, one last thing. Tattoos. Don't they suppose tattoos are more popular here?
Yes.
On the cheap?
Not necessarily on the cheap, depending on what kind of tattoo you're after.
Depending how many diseases you want to contract.
Gemstone tattoo, if I can be picky.
If you've got the gem, then most of the the living ink make it their work to do tattoos. So they most likely will do it with no labor cost and just do the tattoo for the sake of art. But if you need gem, then you will need to pay for it.
I don't think anyone in the party is
Good to
going to
know. Thank
complain
you,
to
sir.
visit the living canvas pirates.
Not at all. Why would they?
No.
No, I think everyone is actually quite eager to visit the living canvas pirates.
Everyone's eager to just leave the planet and go to somewhere Nathan hasn't planned for.
Now that you've said that,
Now that you've said
So
that, I
you
have this strong
mentioned it.
inkling.
Are any of the pirate captains like death staring Azoth at this stage?
You do see quite a lot of people still watching. Yeah,
I
not,
think we,
posturing hard, by the way. Like, wings out.
But like,
um,
specifically the 3 people we have on screen right now.
Oh, yeah,
No,
the
so Zilthrax is kind of just going about his like eating something that's on the table. Halara's still chewing on a like some sort of tentacle, and Tharn is still eyes locked on you.
Okay, interesting. I'll go back over to Tharn actually.
As you approach, you notice that the skewer of meat that you placed in his hand has begun to rot and decay.
That's kind of cool. How do you do that? Does it just happen if things touch you?
Just silence.
So if I keep on putting food on you, it's just going to continue to rot, right? I have a lot. I can test it.
Just silence.
Okay. What about this? What if you touch someone you don't like? Will they just rot?
Just silence.
It starts reaching towards you. Let's find out.
Do you have some way of doing it like the opposite? That you can make them younger into a baby? You know what Benjamin Button is? Nothing?
The age-old play, Benjamin Button.
Yeah. Nope. Okay, if you want to talk to me, all you have to do is say my name and speak out loud. Ciao, Puck. Nice to meet you. And I'll walk away.
Go.
I want to get something out of him. I'm going to keep annoying him. Fuck it.
What are we all doing now? Azoth, you've rejoined the table with Sol, I'm assuming, still holding this this amethyst in your hand.
Yeah, I think I said I had a cloak when I walked in last time, so I'm going to chuck that back on and just hood up.
Cool. As you kind of rejoin the table, a lot of people are still wary and looking at you in your direction, but have kind of, as the revelry kind of goes back up into excited pirate times, it kind of goes back to normal.
When it gets a bit quieter, I'm going to grab the amethyst out and just kind of examine. Is it the one that I would recognize? Is it the one I'd recognize?
As
the
in
one I'm chasing?
No. This one is more of a circular cut. It looks like it almost fits into something.
Alright.
Are you doing this
Oh,
openly?
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, openly to like the party, I guess, not to.
Yeah. John, you feel a strong sense from this amethyst.
One of your gems.
Did I see him? Did I see it?
Yeah, you see
When
him
he
like
came back?
looking at it on the table between the lot of you.
Basil, do you mind me having a look?
Don't take my rock, John. But I'll hand
John just
I'm
goes,
just gonna take it.
grabs it, just bites it in half.
I'm gonna pull out my amulet and, like, I'm not gonna slot it in, but I'm just gonna hold it in position and see if it like fits the spot it's meant to be. This is yours, Azov. But at some point, I would like to
Steal it.
acquire it off you.
Take it.
My mind's a bit of a mess for the moment, John. Maybe why don't you hold on to it for a while?
I'm aware I can like pop these back out of the amulet once I put them back in. I will put it in for safekeeping.
Cool.
But should you require it again, I will, at your request, remove it.
I look like reluctantly and like lean at it. I'm like, no, it's okay. You can have it.
I slot it into my amulet.
Cool.
I'm gonna start
Pick.
mumbling everything that my dad, maybe Dad said to me to Soul, so he remembers it.
Okay, cool. John, pick 2 level 1 spells from any class spell list.
You're welcome.
Hell yeah.
Guidance. That's a cantrip. Fuck.
Yeah, that's a cantrip. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. Yeah, you can pick a cantrip as one of those
Don't
if you
pick a
want,
cantrip.
but like a max of level 1 spells. So 2 max of level 1 spells from any class.
Although, if he chooses a cantrip, he can cast it at any time.
That's true.
That's why cantrips are fun.
And I'll make
Eldritch
sure
Blast.
that I add that to your when message it to me, and I'll make sure I add it to your list of things.
While he's doing that, can I somehow sneak around and climb up to the ceiling, right above Than?
Sure. He make a
Chameleon carapace to see if I can get out of sight of him.
yeah, make a stealth check.
Cool. Oh, that's not great. 17.
Cool. His eyes are locked on you as you move throughout the place, and they do
I'm
not
annoying him
seem
anyway,
to
fuck it.
waver.
Cool. So I'll climb up to the top, chameleon carapace. Don't care if he still sees me. And then I'm going to attach a rope to a collectible teaspoon and slowly lower it onto his head.
Just silence, like
Does the-
constantly
does the
just watching.
Does the teaspoon wither when it touches him?
No.
I wheel it back up and then I put a skewer on and then I wheel that back down.
You do notice it's like as you leave it there, it slowly does begin to get decay.
Alright, totally organic. Good to know. I pull it back up and I attach a raw tentacle and I wheel it back down.
Same deal. Starts to decay and like slump and become like a caustic yuckiness.
And he still doesn't care. He's not doing anything.
Nothing.
How can I annoy this person more? Alright, come back to me.
Cool.
Sharpbook's just been fucking with a statue this whole time.
Yeah.
You're gonna get me involved if you want to annoy someone. Except
Just
I'm really
don't-
tired right now.
Just don't jump on him.
What's up next, gang? What are we doing now? Sitting at the table?
I think that obviously Azoth has relayed everything that he's heard. Correct? Yes. I think that we should maybe try and visit one of the pirate crews. I think I reckon the Helio Seekers, because Sol wants to go, and I think that they were also mentioned as they were a
Friendly, I believe.
they were a friendly crew, or relatively friendly crew. And I think that it's probably a good idea to get, if we're gonna, try and, get Azoth to be the,
Captain now. I am
the captain of the planet, Captain Planet. Then we want as many pirate crews as possible on our side. So I think we go visit them, and then that also lets Sol talk to them and be like, "What's your deal, bro?"
I'm sure they'd like to meet the chosen one of their god.
Cool. Is that where we're headed?
Europe.
Cool. So you guys, after asking Threeknot where to go, you guys find the location of what's called the Solar Spindle. It is like an observatory manned by masked scholars tracking solar flares and prophetic
called Solar
constellations. Yeah, the Solar Spindle. Spindle. Yeah, so as you guys kind of enter this space, you see a number of like masked individuals just kind of like walking around. It looks almost like a monastery, except they seem to be like taking in charts and tracking constellations, all that kind of stuff. The roof itself looks to be see-through from the inside and almost like glows with different star systems and all that kind of stuff. As you kind of enter, you see two people of note that aren't wearing masks. You see a feathered Aarakocra with glowing solar tattoos. And then you see a flickering light elemental who buzzes and zips between scrolls from side to side, almost creating like this, not lightning, but like this, like, you know how like long exposure photography creates like the line? Yeah, like that. Like as he moves from space to space, he kind of creates this long tail of light that just kind of spits behind. These are the two figures you see.
Damn. That's all that.
He
Hot elemental's fucking buff.
My internet crashed again. Can't see shit.
No. Okay. Well, I think that if anyone's going to talk to them, I think it should be
Me, obviously.
Yeah.
yes,
agree.
you. Yes. Obviously.
I'm not talking to them.
It should be. It should be Sol. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll approach the fire guy very timidly.
As you kind of approach, you feel like this radiant warmth kind of emanating from him, and he bears you no mind. He kind of, as he kind of moves past you, you feel like this vibration, this like almost as if he's yeah.
Would I be able to surmise if he's an elemental or if he is an actual being?
Give me a perception check.
That's 28.
He definitely doesn't look like anything. Like he's definitely an elemental.
Like mine that I. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No,
if he's the same. Okay.
in D&D there
Like
is a
he's an
creature,
actual-
like
yeah,
he's an
no, I know,
actual
I know.
being
Yeah.
called an elemental. Yeah.
Okay. Hello there.
He just kind of like floats past you, moving on to some scrolls. That's when the Aarakocra kind of approaches and he's like, "I'm sorry, Glint does not speak.
Right.
Welcome to the Solar Spindle. I am High Astronomer Solon. Welcome. What may I do for you, rowdy bunch, today?" And he kind of like looks over a lot of you. Very mismatched.
Yes, we are. My companions are more so here for my sake than anything, I think. I'm
Right.
quite curious about what is going on here. What you are up to.
In what way do you mean? Like, what we do here at the Solar Spindle?
To start with, yes.
Well, we track various celestial bodies and their relevance in solar systems. Not just the ones in the Aylmore Empire, but also those far beyond. We keep track of a lot of things. We've managed to prevent a couple of disasters, a couple of supernovas in our time. Other than that, I mean, we also do a few like celestial readings for those that come through, passerbys, or those that attend our many speakings at multiple different planets. We do astrological forecasts. Yes, we do quite a lot of things.
Are you familiar with solar beings, I would say? Gods, that kind of thing?
Yes, very much so. The one of note would probably be Helios himself. We are not exactly a church, not exactly like a following, but we all bask in his ever-giving light.
Right. I would be quite curious to find out more about Helios if you know anything.
Well, I mean, do you want to know the story of Helios, so to speak?
Everything. I want to know everything.
All right. Well, I mean, the main story is, I guess, the sacrifice that he made quite a while ago. Like when darkness fell upon the stars and even the gods trembled. It was Helios himself, the Flame Warden, who answered the call. The Aelmore Empire, under the wise and radiant King Aeron Vale the Ninth, I believe it was, sought allies among the divine to starve off the coming of the Void Leviathan, a monstrous being born from the death of sons. The king, or so the story says, the king, pure of heart and golden of will, extended his hand to Helios, god of flame and logic, an eternal flame encased in the machine of heavens. Helios descended from the celestial conduit and joined forces with Aeron. Together, divine flame and mortal courage pushed the Leviathan to the edge of the known realms. Before victory came, there was a slight bit of a cost. The creature was too vast, too unnatural to seal the rift. Helios ignited the entirety of his essence in a burst of radiant fusion, becoming a living supernova. This act of godly sacrifice became the Aelmore star itself. His eternal flame, watching over the empire he saved. To this day, his divine call burns bright at the heart of our solar system. Each sunrise is a whisper of his protection. Each solar eclipse a reminder of what he gave. The only thing that was, I guess, left of him was Ashka, which has now become one of our most hoarded and protected relics.
I think it has become more of a prison to him now, but I would be interested in seeing the relic.
Prison in what way?
I have visited. I was chosen by him in some manner I don't understand, but the reason I have sentience, the reason I have any kind of magical capabilities was by his hand, to some extent.
Well, I mean, we're all chosen by him. Like, we're all... That's what the new day comes. The new dawn is always a grace from Helios himself.
You seem like an academic type. Have you seen another Warforged able to hold conversation, able to wield magic?
Yes, I have quite. There's a few of them around. I've seen, a number of conversation robots. You're quite advanced for a conversation robot, though.
Whoa. Okay. Hold up.
Yes, you have misunderstood my existence. I was created in the war that you speak about. I have been around for hundreds of years, just as a medic. But now I have been selected, I suppose, and given powers by Sol, or by Helios, whatever you want to call it. That's how I'm here. That's how I'm holding a conversation.
Do you have any proof of this selection as you speak?
What would you like to see?
I'll spell.
Anything, I guess.
Would it be magic? And I'll create just a little floating fire in my hand, or my heart, and I'll detach my two chest plates and just show the glowing fire in my chest, and then I'll close it again.
I mean, I've seen those things before. Anything that particularly ties you to Helios himself? I mean, magic is quite common, no offense, and automatons with hearts like that are also quite common.
Yes, you're right. I've seen... This is the first time sarcasm has come from Sol. I have seen many Warforged with magic.
Yes,
It might
every
not be as
Warforged I met.
academic as I thought.
full of magic. Have you been out of this area like ever?
Who said that? You're still invisible. He kind of like
Voice
looks
in
at
your
Zill
head.
and is like, I have been quite.
I'm gonna look at him and go.
No, you need
Answer
to
the
be
question.
Yeah.
Answer the question.
Yeah, he looks at Zill thinking that that's where the voice came from, and he's like looks a little bit surprised that such a girly voice came from Zill, and kind of just says, I have attended quite a few teachings, quite a few planets. I've been all over the Aylmore Empire.
Same.
So have we. And we've not seen anything quite like our friend Sol here.
Well, I mean, like, they're not super common, but, like, there's plenty of people that play tricks. There's plenty of people that make it
This is
seem
not a
like
trick.
robots can cast magic. So many enchantments, so many things, like, there can be robots, automatons out there that do healing spells.
Then how can we prove it to you that?
That's what I'm
he is-
asking. Like, I have no way
Insight
to
check.
prove...
See if he's leading us on.
To see if he's what? Leading you on.
Just leading us on.
Give
yeah.
me an insight.
Fuck off. Ooh, I got a +9 and I got a 12.
Total.
Damn.
He seems on the level. Sol?
This is more of a DM call than anything. I would like to try and cast Polymorph on myself and turn myself into the visage of Helios that I spoke to when I visited.
That is a bit out of the realm of polymorph.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any
Seeing that the
illusion spells
conversation's
that could
going
show
nowhere
it?
then, I would just like to go and see the relic, if you'll let me.
So he continues like, yeah, so Ashka is kept in a vault. We don't let people just go in and see it willy-nilly.
Then how can I see it?
Prove your connection to Helios in some way that...
You can't keep demanding proof and provide no means of doing so. This is
I
a
don't-
mute conversation.
You are the one that is claiming that you are chosen by Helios. Like, do you not have his visage? You don't have your own Ashka?
I don't even know what an Ashka is. It's a relic.
And then I guess we will see. He takes you over to one of the walls that has kind of like a mural painted of this, like almost as if it's depicting the star. And then a little bit from that star, you see a skeletal figure burst in flames, reaching out its hand, like in the forward, and then you see a whole bunch of people like praying to this figure.
Okay.
He points to the star and goes, "This is Helios, and this is a visage of Ashka," and then points at the burning skeleton.
Before he gets a chance to actually have a look at the mural, I'm going to like stand in front of him, block the way, and I'll say, what if I could get Sol to draw a picture of what it's like inside of the vault when he hasn't been here to see your relics or parchments or paintings?
How do you mean? Inside
Well-
the vault that Ashka is held?
Well, that's what he claims, and that's what you're denying that he has done. What if I mean, he hasn't seen any of your murals. I don't know if there are any. I don't think I've seen any out of here before. What if he could draw a depiction that matches what you've got on the wall?
Sure, it would have to be quite identical, I guess, to something we have in the vault, but...
Well, funnily enough, with the automaton part of him, is that he has quite the delicate hand. If you have some parchment or pencils, I can guarantee you he will give you quite the show.
He nods and like gathers a couple of those masked fellow people that come over with like parchment and paper.
Do you have any
and I'm like,
HP ink?
I'm like holding my cloak up just so that he can't see it, just to be like, so he can't cheat, you know. My ankles are showing.
Your ankles are showing.
What am I drawing? I don't understand. I'm confused.
What you
So,
saw, the vision you saw.
You've been in to see Helios in the
Yeah.
chains,
Yeah. So I'm drawing that.
drawing that to match the shit he's got in the vault.
Yeah, okay. Sick. Yeah, I'll draw a one-to-one recreation of the conversation that I had with him in the chains inside of the Elmore Star.
He just kind of like looks at it and goes, "I'm sorry, but I've been through our vault from
Okay.
head to toe, and that does not match anything inside of our vault."
Losing my temper a little bit, I'll go, "You are insufferable," and I'll spawn simultaneously my wildfire spirit on one side and my healing spirit on the other. Like, what do you want?
As you do so,
think he
you
wants-
notice the flames off your fire spirit like ignite further and become like this bluish hue. A lot of the people in the chamber kind of like take a step back, and High Astronomer Solon kind of like raises an eyebrow and takes one step back. Your wildfire spirit looks at you and then looks at a door and then starts heading towards a doorway. Completely
I'm not
sentient
even
out
waiting
of-
for Solon. I'm following the wildfire spirit.
Yeah.
He's
So
more helpful than this guy.
you follow the wildfire spirit as you kind of like trek down this long staircase into what looks like a vault. The wildfire spirit himself, like no command whatsoever given, places his hand on the vault and begins melting the door straight off its hinge, creating this large molten metal hole. In the center of this vault, it's like pitch black all the way through. There is a small pedestal, and sitting atop the pedestal is a small golden skull.
I'm gonna go and inspect the shit out of that.
Cool.
Told you it was special.
As you touch it, it begins to glow, and like you feel like the back of your brain like constantly going, and you get like almost as if through radio static, you get these. This is what comes to you. They say he chose it. They say he burned bright for peace, that he gave himself to save the stars. Lies! Helios was no fool. He saw the Emperor's hunger. Grim saw it first. The Pirate King, the only mortal Helios ever trusted, warned him of Aeron's ambitions. Warned him that no pact with kings lasts longer than the ink it's written in. But Helios believed in the dream, in the chance that mortals and gods could stand side by side. When Grim vanished, pulled through time, lost in a storm of temporal rift fire, the Emperor struck. They crafted a false enemy from scraps of void and fear. The Leviathan, a puppet, a pretense. They lured Helios into their sun forges. They carved binding runes into the sky and tore the divine from his shell. They did not ask, they took. And the crown, the jewel the emperors wear, it holds the keystone spark, the last true piece of his mind, locked behind a wall of mortal hubris. With it, they control his prison. Without it, he could return. But if Grim still lives, even in part, even fractured across time, then the cycle may break. The vault he built holds the truth. The crown holds the key. The fire still burns, and when he's freed, it will reduce their lies to ash.
Fuck yeah.
And it
I'm gonna-
turns, the skull itself turns to ash.
No, I was gonna put it on my staff. That would have been sick. Damn.
We got to find the One Piece. I mean, the crown.
Coming out of the
One
vision and watching the thing crumble, I'm just gonna like flip the pedestal to the side out of anger that the king that I was manufactured by has yet again been part of something disgusting.
High astronomer Solon kind of bows towards you as you kind of like calm down as you exit the chamber, and he goes, "I'm sorry, but we get quite a lot of people. I'm sorry for testing you." And he kind of like bows his head.
As I pass him, be like, is it because your penis is really tiny? Tiny. I'm still invisible.
Who said that?
He kind of like looks around, looking back at Zill, and he's like, "That's quite rude."
What are you talking about? Sorry, what? What was rude? Sorry,
He just
what?
kind of huffs a little bit.
No, sorry.
Ew,
What
why
were
did
you
say his
talking about? What
penis
was
was
rude?
small?
What are you talking about? I didn't say that.
Are you hearing voices in your head?
What do you guys want to do now?
I would like to just quickly, as I'm kind of on the way out, be like, since you know I am not wasting your time, is there anything further that you held back?
I mean, nothing that I know of. Like, the story is what's been passed through many generations from the Aylmore Empire themselves. I don't particularly believe it because, I mean, what god of increased power of such immense power would align themselves with the crown? But, I mean, that is
One
the story.
that was trapped is the case.
Trapped, you say?
Yes.
Where exactly is
He
he
is
trapped?
not.
You're trapped.
I feel as though I know more than you, so I might be on my way.
Right. Well, there's Solar Spindle is here if you need anything. He kind of like stutters as you leave.
Sorry about your door.
There's
there
already
any,
like a
like-
couple of attendees like fixing it.
Yeah, we just fucked up their vault. Is there any like more restricted parchments or books anywhere in here, since I can more or less just go where I want now?
Not particularly. No, there is like a room that has a couple of like not relics but magical items in it. That you can definitely peruse and take if you'd like. They're not going to stop
fuck
you.
it. Why not? I'll do that.
So there's a set of like lenses, like glasses. There is a chart, like a rolled up parchment chart, and a what looks to be a spell scroll for a spell that does not exist.
Sick.
How good's the music, just FYI?
Banging.
I'm gonna pick all three things up and just turn back to Solon and go, I'm taking these. You know who I am and where I'll be. If you want them back, come and get them.
It is quite fine. You please take them.
I'll just give him like a firm pat on the chest on the way past.
Yeah, he just takes it in stunned silence.
See ya, pal.
I'm gonna just start doing something to everyone we come across, just in case they have future information. Oh, and by the way, if you need to get in contact with us, just say my name, Charpuck, and we'll hear out. Okay, bye.
Sol's gonna note that and do the same thing next time. If you ever need to get in touch, just say Charpok with no context.
Just say his name and then follow it up with something bad, like Charpok. Man, this shit is huge.
I don't want to see everyone taking their astral shots. No.
Well.
Where are we going next?
I don't know.
Is that technically one crew recruited? I guess.
I think I can
Or
just
is-
tell him what to do now, to be honest.
Yeah, probably. Technically, yes.
Technically.
Yeah, what was one of the other friendly ones?
There is Void Wings, Cog Rotted, and Living Canvas. So we can go visit the Living Canvas because John wants a tattoo, and I know that everyone's thirsty for the captain of the Living Canvas. So
While we're on the way there, I want to suss out the 3 things that I took, Nath.
Yeah, easy. Cool. I don't know if it's showing up on the map. Are they showing up on the map? No, they're not. What?
the Beast is.
Yeah, but not the icons.
Nah.
Nah.
No, for some reason it's. Anyway, we'll continue on and I'll fix that next time. So where are we heading?
To the Living Canvas.
So
To the Living Canvas.
so the
base of
painted fin.
operations. Painted fin.
Painted fin. Is that what it's called?
Hmm. Interesting.
Oh, you weren't here last session. You didn't see her.
You reload the page, then it's there.
Yeah, it's a Twitch thing, I think, not an us thing.
Yeah, it
Okay,
looks
fair.
like
Oh, no,
it's.
it's just not there right now.
I
Okay,
hope that's a
live
Twitch
now.
thing. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's done it a couple of times, but if you refresh, it'll go
it'll
back
be
to normal.
like live now, and then you go to it, and it's like most recent.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, you guys enter the painted fin. It's like a swirling den of magical body art where tattoos can shift, shimmer, or even grant temporary powers. The ink pools shimmer and swirl unnaturally across the floor. Whirring needles and glowing pigments float midair as clients get art that literally moves. As you guys kind of approach like this little front
When you
bench,
walk in, does it smell like a tattoo
Like
parlor? Does it?
it does, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Love
miss
it.
that smell.
And you can hear that faint little
Yeah. Oh,
like of
yeah, I need to get
people.
another tattoo.
Yeah, you see past the front desk is kind of like a corral style waist high door that leads to the studio itself. There are a number of different people currently getting tattoos. There is a woman, a tiefling of darker skinned, piercing yellow eyes, currently at the desk. She's kind of like drawing on a bit of parchment. I will show you.
Here we go.
So
she's
Reese
just
is
kind
like,
of
hell
like
yes.
That's not the captain, though, is it?
that is not the captain. No.
Do you have a photo of the captain?
Yeah, but it's gonna be really hard. I can
Oh, okay.
I can show later.
Yeah.
Okay. Reese is like, hell yes, but Chapo's like, ugh.
Sharplock has no
Gross.
reaction whatsoever. Do you have any food?
She's currently like,
Um,
she's currently like drawing and like tilting her head left and right, trying to get the right angle on like a pencil on parchment. And she looks like she's chewing gum. So she's just like,
You gonna finish that?
oh,
No.
what
the fucking
the gum?
chewing gum. Jesus
I've got a
Christ.
piece of gum if you want a bit of gum. She kind of
Yeah?
like pulls
Can
out
you-
a bit of gum
can-
and then it's like this little
Can
cube.
you eat it?
No.
I don't think I've
puts it
ever
away.
had gum.
Well, just yeah. I mean, you chew on it, and she kind of hands
Okay.
it to you. And it's just like it's bland, but it's chewing gum. It like sticks to your teeth and like sticks to your mandibles.
Ar-
or whatever.
Yeah, I feel about it. I
She
saw
kind
it
of
on the
then now I'm noticing that you guys are here. She kind of looks up and goes, what can I do for you? You here to get a tattoo? You here to get a piercing done? What are we after?
Oh, a piercing.
What are these guys?
Oh, okay. You've caught my attention.
Well, I mean, we've got a number of different types of tattoos and piercings, if that's what you're after. I've got ones that change color with your mood. I've got ones that have a few more magical properties to them. I can do. I mean, I've got, and she goes and grabs.
You do a Prince Albert? Can I get a Prince Albert?
You beat me by a second. I was gonna say a Prince Zilbert.
She literally grabs two books
Ooh.
worth of like designs, tattoos.
Oh shit!
A
Okay.
whole bunch of stuff. She goes, I've got stuff for your hands. I got stuff for your arms. I got like a tribal feel. You after a tribal feel? And she kind of looks at Azov
Yeah,
and goes,
I'd
you
love
look
a
like
fucking
you'd be a tribal feel.
Word.
I would fuck up a tribal tattoo. No, do you know? I think who the person who would fuck up a tribal tattoo the most in this party is Azov. I feel like Azov would 100% get a tribal tattoo.
You tattoo over scales?
Yeah, it's
Surely.
magic. You can do whatever
Look,
the fuck you want.
I've definitely done tattoos over scales. It's pretty
They
easy.
have to use like a special one, and it's like a jackhammer. They go.
Yeah, I have to use my strongest needle, but you know,
Yeah,
that's
like a
part of the
three-person
trade.
job.
Instead of like the traditional whalebone needle,
Yeah.
it's like the little thing there. It's like a lump hammer that weighs like.
At a cost too, I've even got pigments that imbue the magical, like the magical abilities, but give no like physical look.
Oh,
No,
well,
it's
that
not
kind of
cool.
defeats the
I
point.
even have ink that can be sentient, like Perlo here, and she kind of like leans to the side, and you see a little face of a gentleman in a suit that kind of goes, "Well, howdy."
That's fucked up.
Give me.
That's fucked up. No, thank you.
I have the best idea for Charpok. Yeah, let's do this.
There'd be no privacy. You have a sentient little being on your skin at all times.
No, I want
Creatures in your head.
tattoos
true.
of all my personalities.
Fucking favourite.
Yes.
That's
the
very
girls
funny.
talk it up.
What are the piercings? Do you have like? This is a DM question. What are the piercings? Like, are they in the book as well, or is this just something that you've made up?
That's something that I've made up.
Okay,
They're
cool.
just holes.
What they do is they get a needle and they poke a hole through, and then they put jewelry in it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a
And then
piercing.
So I mean, I've got
Yeah.
standard piercings. Like I can do your eyebrows, I can do your nose, your septums, I can do ears, I can do any kind of
Prince
appendage. And she looks at
Prince
Charpok.
Right.
Any kind of appendage.
Yeah. She goes, look, some of them are weird, but I've done them before, so I mean, I'm more than happy to help you guys out however you need. Like I
okay,
said, I
how
got
much-
standard ones. I got ones that give you a temporary buff. I got ones that give you permanent buffs. Like it depends on how much
what are
you
the permanent
wanna...
ones? What are the permanent ones you've got? What are my options here?
Well, you see, I got a whole bunch of these different kind of runed gem, and she goes through them all. Essentially, she can offer you a +1 in any stat.
Ooh.
What is my stat sheet? +1 in oh yes, okay. I will take that. I will take.
So those ones are a little bit on the expensive side.
How much are they?
Very expensive.
8,000 gold pieces.
Oh my god! Hell no!
So they're
I'll
a
get a
little
normal
bit
piercing.
expensive, but they're like...
How much is a normal piercing?
Well, I mean, we don't get...
One goat.
I mean, we don't get a lot of the normal piercing, so I'm more than happy.
God, hell no!
So they're
I'll
a
get a
little
normal
bit
piercing.
expensive,
How much is-
but
how
they're...
much-
I mean, we a lot of... We like 3 copper pieces.
Fill me up with.
Everywhere.
I mean, if you put...
anywhere that there's
invisibility. I
if you
dropped
put down
invisibility
like a
before.
silver piece, I'm more than happy to do any kind of normal piercings you guys want
Oh,
on any of your
the silver piece
friends.
goes down.
And
as
she kind of looks
fast
at
as
Sol and
possible.
goes, I don't think I've got something strong enough to pierce metal plating, so I'm sorry, hun, you won't be able to get one.
That is okay. I did not want any. Thank you. And I'll just go back to looking through the scrolls and stuff that I've got.
Hold on. We're a crew. Why don't we get a crew tattoo together?
Oh yes, we can go get a matching crew
We're getting-
tattoo.
Bunch of piercings and a crew tattoo.
Yeah. Do you know what the best part about this is? I get to live out the fact that I
Like-
can't afford to buy
Yeah.
any tattoos or piercings
Yeah.
through D&D. This is great.
Well,
We can't
I'm more
afford
than
the
happy to
8,000.
do a group
Yeah.
rate if you guys all want a tattoo. I
we
mean,
should get a tattoo though. The thing is, we should get a group tattoo that has a magical effect that does the same thing.
Like,
So we
What
can
kind of
do, like,
magical effects? What kind of magical
Power
effects
Rangers.
can they do? Yeah, like Power
I mean,
Rangers.
almost anything. Like, let me go
you
through some
reckon-
examples from my book. So I've got
we
ones
should get
that
teleportation
like-
circles and it's tattooed on all of us, and we can
we all have to
teleport
be
to each
together.
other.
I've got ones
Oh,
that give you
yeah,
like
I see
this
that.
aura of confidence and make you like more
I don't need that.
able to talk to people.
No, I don't need that. I'm all
I've
good,
got
thanks.
ones that give you more damage protection, like from particular resistances to like extra hard skin. I've got things that allow you to shoot
After you get the
fireballs from like the spot. I've got a lot. I've even got ones that like you can attempt to transform any inorganic material into cheese.
I want that.
that one. DM question. Do they
Like,
do we have to be-
legitimately.
do we have
Cheese wheel tattoo.
I want the cheese
This
one.
is how we're gonna beat
do we have
the
to-
BBEG, guys.
wait? What'd you
We're gonna
say?
turn easy this is how we're going to beat the BBEG. The entire
Yeah, we're
pirate
just gonna turn him into cheese.
Cheese.
is
So
gonna
much
the
cheese.
cheese tattoo, and his planet that he lives on is going to get turned into a big block of cheese.
Cheese.
Do you happen to
Um,
be lactose intolerant? Everyone
we
casts
have
a spell of
to-
cheese.
Do we have to attune to these tattoos?
Some of them require a bit of attunement. Some of them don't.
I'm
It
out of
really
attunement
depends on
slots.
on what
On your
what
DM.
level of
Mhm.
power you want on your tattoo.
Do we have to
Um,
attune to the cheese one?
Do you have like a Word document or a brochure we can all go through?
Yeah.
You can take these books, and she hands you the books. I can upload the PDFs for you guys if you
Yes,
want to read
thank
them.
you.
100%.
I would like to actually genuinely go through and see what is
We'll be here
what.
forever otherwise, so
Yeah.
maybe we all decide for next
We'll-
session.
We'll say
Everyone
we'll
gets a
decide
tattoo
for
except
next
Soul,
session.
and then
We'll-
we figure out what it is.
Yeah, we'll all get it. We can all get a matching tattoo.
Well, we need to know how much these tattoos are gonna cost.
Well, yeah, true, because it'll be different
group
based on
rate.
what. Okay, well, okay. How about we'll get our piercings?
Yeah. Get our
We'll
piercings done.
talk to the crew themselves and try and convince them to join, and then we can do this first thing next session. We'll decide what
Can we? Yeah. Can we
tattoo
have
we
it
wanna
backplayed like pay, like we got our tattoos now and then did the rest?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it that way.
Cool.
Yeah, so she leads you into the studio. She kind of goes, Inko, can you get these guys ready? What you see is this.
Oh my god!
I
Um,
love him.
you see this
We need to keep
small
him.
little
I want him.
creepy cute homunculus. You see him nibbling on what looks to be a finger, blood dripping kind of from his maw, and he goes, and then like leads you guys over to a chair.
Can
We
we
need
get
to
it
finish that?
tattooed on us?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I get him
Him?
tattooed?
Can he be the cheese guy?
She goes, don't mind him. That's just Inko. He helps set up. Just watch your fingers and toes. He's a little bitey sometimes.
Shoes.
Does he like tentacles?
He'll eat anything with blood, hun.
Chapok, empty your pockets.
Empty those pockets.
About that tentacle, it's already withered.
It's already gone. He's like,
Gone.
oh, it's already gone. Sorry.
No,
I don't know what went.
the guy at the bar, he kind of withered it when I popped it on his head.
Oh,
I
that's
wanted to
fine.
test some things.
Oh my god. Someone
I could
defeat him.
I could summon our penguin buddy.
No!
Okay, fine.
What's wrong with you? Somebody give some meat. Cough up some meat, please. I don't have anything.
Slow turn to Azoth.
I
Yeah,
don't
we have to
suppose that you do tattoos of a more expensive variety for work or favor, perhaps.
What kind are you thinking?
Have you heard of a tattoo called the Blood Fury tattoo?
I believe I have, yeah.
What would it take to acquire such a job?
Well, I mean, it's all outlined in the, and she kind of like shows you in the brochure. I'll get you the price, and then up to you whether or not you do it for next session. As you guys,
you're gonna give me a GP thing, we don't have enough gold for it. I'm gonna tell you now.
yeah, it is a GP thing. As you guys are kind of like getting your piercings, a lady walks in, taking off like this this shoulder bag and like throws it on a bench. She is covered in like glowing tattoos. Some move, some don't. You spy like a spider on one that crawls to her back. It kind of like glows in this bioluminescent like greenish kind of color. She has these glowing green eyes, almost as if she's tattooed her eyes themselves. She wears like this small little top hat. You notice on one of her hands is like a set of tattooing needles, like on a glove that attaches to her hand, so she can like just do it with her fingers, rather than having to actually use a gun. She kind of drops her bag and slumps on a chair for a second, and then the woman that you've been speaking to goes, "Are you okay, hun?" And the woman then speaks up and says, "Yeah, I think so. Some guy wanted his dick tattooed, and it was so
Wanted a bigger dick
small."
tattooed on his dick.
Question.
That's heavy.
Sorry, would that count as a hand job?
A very extremely painful.
I mean, normally, yeah, but like I said, it was quite small. I couldn't even, for the most part, I couldn't even find it.
Was he from the, he wasn't from the Solar Spindle, was he?
No, I think it was from one of the smaller crews. He wasn't from one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, the smaller crews, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it would be smaller, wouldn't it?
Oh,
Ugh, man.
where are my manners? I'm Mela Veldrin. Mela Brushstroke Veldrin.
Oh, she's a captain.
I'm the captain
Yes.
of the Living Canvas. And then she kind of looks at the woman that you're speaking to and goes, I hope Veshka is helping you guys out.
We've been pierced already, haven't we?
You're going through the stages, like, because obviously
Okay.
each individual.
Our ears are throbbing.
Yeah, he is, sure.
Some of the things
I'm being real brave. Even when my nose is getting pierced, I don't even let a single tear roll down my cheek.
I almost passed out getting both sides of my nose.
Noses are fucked.
I cried with my nose.
Honestly.
bleeding.
Yeah.
I did one, and then she's like, "How you doing?" And I was like, "Not good."
Yeah.
Not good. And then we did the other.
Yeah. They're the worst.
John?
Good to meet you, Brushstroke. I just had this thought. You see, I have this pet. We don't usually see it too often, and considering we travel a lot, I don't seem to find an incredible use for it, but seeing that interesting device on your hand has made me think perhaps it has a better home here, if you're interested. free of charge. You don't have to feed it. It doesn't make a mess.
Oh, what kind of what kind of pet is it? Like I don't usually like living animals in here because like
No, that's fine,
contamination, like
Yeah.
infection.
It is a mechanical cat, and you are able to. It has a tank that you can fill full of liquid, and it has needles that you can inject into things. You might want to clean the tank. It has some hideous poison in it. Anyway, beside the point. You could use it for espionage. That's just between you and me. But I think that perhaps for some good favor, maybe you could have a new friend.
I mean, it sounds super interesting. Maybe I can attach like a tattoo needle on it. Yeah, I mean, I'd take it if you're handing it out.
I mean, I'm sure that there's a level ground we can have, and if it's going to a good home, I suppose that it'd be better off with you than it would with me. If you just don't mind waiting a moment, I'll just fetch it.
I don't mind waiting at all. Azor?
While everyone's getting pierced, I'll kind of look to Soul, not able to partake, and I'll walk up and just say, if you're feeling like you gonna trust me a bit more again, I'll get out my smith tools, my carving tools, and say I've got a new design if you want to add to your carvings.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And I'll just detach the chest plate that's not already got a rune on it. Just give it to him.
I'll start chiseling away at a design while everyone's getting pierced.
Cool. Veshka does speak up and is like, "Oh, I have piercers that can get through dragon skin. If you do want a piercing."
I will stick to the group tattoo, possibly.
All right then.
Zai.
Yeah, Mela waits
scared.
for you to bring a scared.
I'm scared with us.
Waits for you to bring the cat back. She looks super intrigued by it and 100% takes it off your hands. She already hands it off to.
Empty out the vial off to the side somewhere where it's not going to like burn anything.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, you might want to see this. Like, if you're going to inject someone, I mean, keep it and inject someone you hate with a poisonous,
Mystery
rotting liquid.
She looks to one side and goes, Orion, and kind of yells out. Coming from the back room across the floor, you see a 2D ink, like, tattoo, almost akin to, like, a 2D sprite in a video game, kind of walk towards and then out of the floor. And you see a elven female, pointed ears, tattoos covering all the way around her skin. She just kind of goes, "Yeah, you called, mistress?" And then Mela speaks again and says, "Take this and do some modifications if you would."
Sam. It was like,
Find out.
The one named Orion takes it back into the back room. So what kind of what are you here for? Just piercings, tattoos? Like, maybe I can knock something off the price.
If we had the gold, some enchanting tattoos would be good, but I do fear that they are out of our price range just a little. Other than a Blood Fury tattoo, which I think is even further out of our price range, I think
Well,
we're looking
for friends of the Painted Fin, I got your back.
are we?
We are now.
We are now. Okay, cool. Right. Oh.
Cool. We'll get into more about what you guys get next session. Do you guys want to end it here, or do you want to go visit somewhere else first?
Wow, what's everyone feeling?
Up to you guys, honestly.
I'm good.
Okay.
Cool.
What does Sam want?
Sam's 24/7 tired. It's fine. We can
That's
go a little
true.
longer.
Okay.
We can go. Yeah, we'll go a little bit longer. Well, we haven't really invited them to join or to follow our cause, have we? They're just like, we like
Not
you.
officially.
No.
Not officially,
like-
no.
Without
Yeah,
wanting them
please.
to know exactly what we've got planned,
Yeah, true.
having just a
It's-
good standing with them's probably the best thing to leave it
Yeah.
at. Because I
True.
feel like going in here and going, hey, random
Hey,
pirate
yeah.
clan, we're going to overthrow the whole joint.
And we're gonna
Alright,
take you
so
on to
next we've
Cool.
got
This is
Void
your new
Wings
kit.
or Cog. Next we've got Void Wings or Cog Rotted. What is everyone feeling?
Cogrotted sounds creepy.
It does.
Cog Rotted are like they're like rusted. I'm pretty sure like not automatons. They're I don't know what the captain looked like.
Wasn't he a dwarf?
Brax Rustbane Grindclaw is his name. I don't know what. I can't remember what he was. So, do we want Void Wings or Cog Rotted? Everyone vote.
Wait, what was Void
Who had
Wings?
something to say?
Oh, sorry.
I can wait for after the vote. Let's go.
Void Wings were dragons. I'm pretty sure. They were
Dragons.
We do like
I think-
dragons.
They had a wait.
What-
Maybe
what?
wait. Let me.
Son of a bitch, I've been.
Yeah, I think Void Wings were the I think
Say
Void
less.
Wings were the dragons.
You give me hot tattooed
Because-
chicks and dragons, dude. I mean,
I know. I know one of them had like they have like a hatchery. I think. All right, let's go. I vote Void,
Void
Wings.
Wings. Yeah, Void,
Void
Wings
Wings.
sounds good.
Okay, cool.
As
As
of?
off.
as we're leaving and everyone's like eyes are watering and they're showing off their new piercings, I'll hand the carving back to Soul. I imagine we've talked about what the carvings and stuff mean, so you would be able to read it as a chain breaker in runes.
Hell yeah. I'll like reaffix it to my chest and stand up a little straighter. And dust off the old one that I have on the other side.
We'll give him a little punch and then continue on.
Yeah.
It's the little one.
Where is it? Cool. So you guys head to the base of operations for the Void Wings, which is a place called the Celestial Hatchery.
Oh fuck! I'm good.
Hi, sexy ladies.
For the Void called the Celestial Hatchery.
Good.
Hi, sexy. This whole time, I'm retired.
You're invisible before. He didn't even tell.
Yeah, you
That's
couldn't
not-
tell, there was just voices.
I kept a shoulder clear just in case.
Just in case.
Is the other one for me?
Of course.
Is that bird
Hop on.
No head, 2 heads.
So no head.
The bottom. I want
I want
want
my
my
board.
bottom.
I want my board.
It's a weird
As
jellyfish
you guys kind of approach this menagerie of a place, it almost doesn't feel like it belongs here. Like, it is very mystical. It's very like whimsical. There's creatures that look like they're literally made out of constellations themselves, flying and floating through the air. You see a long-haired elven male with piercing green eyes and almost this glittery green kind of flesh, feeding what looks to be a tiger made out of stars itself. He's kind of like giving it food, and he kind of turns around and looks at you lot. This is what he looks like. Very slender, kind of walks over and is like,
Yes, Sam.
Hey, baby.
"Hey, baby."
This is a great episode for me.
Yeah, as he kind of like moves over, like a small little like bird of you've never seen a bird like this before. It like has this like long snout, almost like an elephant, and like these small little wings that look like it wouldn't even fit its body. It kind of lands on his shoulder. He like nuzzles it a little bit and then like lets it take off from his shoulder. he walks over and he's like, welcome to the Celestial Hatchery. My name is Nebius. How can I help you today? You in perchance after adopting a fine creature of the hatchery?
Maybe.
I have.
I was like, can I adopt you?
Are you up for adoption?
Are you up for adoption?
Oh, you.
I've currently got.
Do you come with a pet? Oh, you.
I've got at the moment. I'm a little bit light. I've got a few beetles, a few jellykin, and a glittergriff that needs a home.
Guess a glitter griff.
When he
I
said
am
the jelly
very-
thing, I'm looking at John. Immediately looking at John.
Yeah, don't you kill this one. Yeah, so I've got a number of starling beetles. Very, very helpful in navigation if you so wish. I've got a few cosmic jellykin, which are not quite useful, but
No, Chapel.
No,
You cannot
no.
eat it.
but they're quite
No,
pretty.
no, it's serious.
And the glittergriff came to us from unfortunate
What is?
circumstance, but
What is that?
it's running around here somewhere, and he kind of like looks around, and then yeah, he then
Yeah.
Goes, Snib, can you go find the glitterglyph hatchling? And then like waddling up, you see this small little goblin that looks almost a little bit lizard-like. As it kind of like waddles up and goes,
Kidding.
anything for you, Nebius. And he kind of like waddles off to go find this glittergriff hatchling.
Give me-
Charpok?
Do you, in the way of insects and stuff, have any spiders?
Oh, he kind of like lifts up his shirt, and you see this spider web that drapes from his arm to his thing, and he goes,
Most attractive.
yeah, I've got a few, and you see
Less
like
attraction.
about 3 or 4 spiders
Feels like
in the web. One larger one, a couple of smaller ones, and then this tiny itty bitty little one.
Feels like no spiders.
Bring that down.
Do any of them look familiar?
They all look
look like
towards you
spiders.
and then start doing.
They
No.
And he goes,
All right,
I've never seen them do that before. And then you see them crawl up the web and go down to his hand, and he just like places his hand on your shoulder, and they just crawl into your carapace and just disappear into your clicky bits.
All right, you
Ew.
guys,
Adopted four
you
spiders.
guys, you
Ew.
guys
Why
keep.
call them that?
Licky bits.
I lift one up, and there's still one just doing this.
Yeah.
All right, you guys go off. Look at the other things. I'm gonna go chat with my new friends. Bye.
Okay, I think he stole your spiders. But
That is
what
fine.
the-
He looks like they seem to want to be there. So
Like him.
I think
No.
they are family. What is the general price range of your
well,
creatures?
it's not necessarily a price for the creature itself. It's more so like for the maintenance of the hatchery. We give you some like starter feed and like a starter kit, so to speak, for each animal. But I mean, the beetles, we're asking 75 gold pieces as a donation. The jellykin,
What do the beetles do?
150 gold pieces. And the glittergriff hatchling, it's a mere 400 gold pieces, like, which is
Or just a mere 400 gold pieces.
well, I mean, these beasts at full age are hunted, and their parts. Not that I would ever condone that kind of stuff, because that is horrid. But their parts go for hundreds of thousands of gold pieces.
So what you're saying is we could adopt this and then sell it for parts. When I don't say that. I don't say that.
Yeah,
I
his
don't
face
say, I'm
just
only
like
joking.
drops.
He just drops.
He's like, and then he's like,
Um,
get out.
How much? What was the? It was a glitter griff? Was it?
Yeah.
What is it? What does it do? What does it look like?
You
What is
see,
it?
as
Is it like a
Snib
cat?
is
Is it
kind
like
of
a
like
dog?
shooing this creature, it looks like a griffin,
Okay.
but where skin and like fur should be, it's kind of like a silhouetted starscape, with a constellation that almost enacts as if it's like bone
Sure.
structure.
Yeah. Interesting. How big is it?
It's about the size of a medium to large sized dog.
Fucking hell, it's big. Is it?
How big
It's
will
not
it
fully. It's not fully grown yet.
No, it's only hatched probably about a week ago.
How big does it get?
Well, I mean, these ones, depending on how well you look after it, like they can be the size of a whole constellation of stars.
Oh my god, we have to adopt it now. We have to adopt
It's
it.
so cheap for a whole constellation.
Yeah, we get our own constellation and we can name it.
You're feeding it.
That's fine. I'm
Feed it.
sure. we
And
can-
keeping it alive.
That's fine. He can live on the ship.
Celestian would be like, hey, that's a pretty good pet.
True,
Just saying.
yeah.
It kind of like comes up and shyly hides behind Nebius, and he just kind of like pats it on its head, and it kind of purrs a little bit.
I'm like the same height as it. I won't pet it.
Can I ride it?
You can give me an animal handling check if you'd like, while we go to John.
Do we know, like, is he draconic in some sense? Do we know
Who?
the Nebulous?
No, he doesn't look draconic. He looks elven.
Okay. Just because of the conversation before, I was like, oh no, they can turn back into people, but like, is he like, well, anyway.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't. I think I may have just gotten confused with celestial hatchery and are just associated with dragons, but I don't know. They might be associated. I don't know. We'll have to talk to the captain.
I have a bit of a strange proposal to ask. Have you? The easiest way I can explain them is they are like soul jellyfish. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
Fuck hell. Like the ones you murdered.
I'm just...
Yeah, I believe we've got a few. And he kind of like gestures over, and you see the same like jellyfish kind of like floating towards
John,
the
no,
outside,
stay away.
almost as if staying away from you specifically, John. Like it's
Yeah,
pressing itself
as
up
they
against the
should.
glass and just like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Never mind.
These ones don't seem quite fond of you and your friends, but
No, that's
No, it's
that's
just him.
that's fine. Just yeah. Anyway, I believe we still have quite a number of them that we nicked from Fanwell. I
survive?
would, yeah, Charpox got them, I believe.
That tracks.
That does track.
I may have to just confirm with the group, but we have. I do not know how much room you have to store them, but we have a collection of them. But we are not too confident on how to look after them, and I have, in my past experience, come across some of them, and they are quite delicate creatures.
they definitely are. I mean, they are nothing but soul casings, so yes.
Would if we were to perhaps, and again, I might have to confer with my group. I don't want to speak on behalf of all of us, but would you perhaps be a better carer for such things?
I mean, we would definitely take them here at the hatchery, yes. Any animal, any creature, any being in need is safe at the hatchery.
I know a creature that would be safe here under your care.
Me.
I was like makeshifty eyes and Harley.
You're a fucking freak.
Harley are fallen in love.
Yeah.
Comes today.
Yeah, how many times?
Can't help myself.
I think you may have another addition to add to your care.
Well, like I said, any beast, any creature in need, we will definitely house them here at the hatchery.
Party? Give it to him, or
Yeah.
Makes
I
sense.
mean, unless we want to turn him into power like everyone else.
No.
No, that's mean.
I think that
Oh.
also giving him, like, showing that we care. Not that I'm saying that we don't care, but showing that we do actually care will
Pretending
help
like we
curry favor
care.
with him. Pretending like we care will help us deceive them into joining us.
Yeah. I assume Chopper will get him out.
Cool. He releases them into the hatchery. And he's like, these ones seem quite distraught. Any reason do you know why?
Be honest.
People we have come across in this galaxy have found a way to harness them into energy, like an energy source, a battery even.
A soul is a powerful thing.
Well, yes.
I am.
All right.
These ones were being used by a wizard that we came across, in which we removed from his care. Ever since then, they've been kept in a small container, as we had nothing substantial to put them in.
All right. Well, thank you so much for bringing them here, and they will live a prosperous life, I guess, of what little they have here in the hatchery.
It's good to know.
Sol?
I pull a little pouch off my belt and go, I would like to obtain the glitter glyph, if possible.
Yes. Look, like I said, it's 400 gold pieces,
Yeah,
like a
there's,
donation.
There's 400 in there.
I'm more than happy to cut that cost if you need. Since the
that's
donation
fine.
of the. Are you sure?
You can, take all 400. That is fine.
All right. Thank you so much. Let me go. Snib, can you go get its things? And the goblin thing kind of goes, yeah, well, yeah, and then kind of like walks off and goes to do its own thing.
Can we adopt this, like, all these ships? Like, I want to keep these just, like, hanging with us the whole time.
Mm.
If we get King
Alright,
Azoth
over
in
here.
charge, we might be able to.
Harley?
I would like to inquire about their care. So, how do we take care of the glitter thing? And also the other creatures. I'm sure you might have just said it before, but I had a visitor.
Which creatures? Well, the glitter glyph feeds on like cosmic energy. So, being that I'm assuming you guys are not from this planet, it would most likely eat from the bow of your ship. It'll just suck something in and just eat it. It would require some kind of training in order to fully develop its talent slash
Don't worry.
like
Azos and I
ability
over here.
to know what is good and what is bad. But I'm sure you could probably
Yeah. On the
organize that.
Ophelia
yeah.
with us.
No, I don't think so. I think she's back on the deck of the ship.
She was invisible with me, so who knows?
I thought she
Yeah.
was back on the ship because she was guarding the ship.
Probably.
She can have a new friend.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
A little brother.
What about these beetles?
You-
I heard something like it came with a kit, a starting kit or something.
Yeah, it's just like their feed and their attachment ring.
They're what, sorry?
They're attachment rings. So it's a small ring that you wear on your finger, and when activated, the beetle will glow brightly like a star. Very, very helpful for like navigating, because you can leave them in one place, and like you press the button and they give off light.
Okay, what do they eat?
And just like other smaller insects, like a number of plant matter. Like they're omnivorous creatures, so yeah.
I see. How much were they?
Look, if you're taking care of the glittergriff, I'm more than happy to give you one out of the goodness of my heart. If you promise you take care of it.
Your heart is very good. I will take care of it.
Keep it in your pants.
I think it's inside my pants. Thank you very much.
He hands you the beetle, pricking it from his hair, which you thought first was a brooch, but he like takes it off and then just like places it on your chest, and it just kind of like digs in a little bit onto your chest.
Touch my boobs.
And then he pulls a ring off his finger and then hands that to you.
They put it on my finger like we're getting married
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, like he grabs
Jesus
puts the ring in.
Christ.
I'll sneak up behind him and like kick the back of his knee so he has to drop down a little bit. I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, he's bending over anyway because Ali's so short. So
Oh, this is so magical.
Is there like a universal HR department for sexual assault? Or...
I'm
That's the
being
other chip.
sweet. He touched my boobs.
Oh, so yeah, we can just chase him up then.
I'm just gonna ask for a random roll from one of you guys. Can somebody roll me a d20?
I don't think it should be me.
Sure.
I'll roll. That's so cocked. 15.
Cool, thank you.
Do I get a new husband? Are we married?
How was your animal handling check from earlier?
Oh, it was a 17. No, yeah. Wait, hang on. It was a 14, but if that doesn't work, I'll add to it.
It kind of shyly hides behind Mobius, but he gives you a little bit of food, that like a little bit of asteroid matter, that he gets you to hand to it, and it warms up to you and is now like playing in between your legs, like rubbing you like a cat does.
Sweet baby. Okay, cool.
Yes, Chapo?
And I'm just gonna be like staring at him.
Yes, Chapo?
It seems like everyone's winding down from the animals and everything. Can I get the names of the 3 spiders?
Yeah, give me one sec. So I think it was 4 spiders total.
Oh, okay.
The 3 smaller ones don't have a name.
Okay. Big one.
The big spider definitely has a name, and it's a name you had given it.
I lost my notes. Someone remind me.
Oh fuck! What's his name?
Ethan. What was the
what's the
spider's name?
Yeah, Sol definitely knows that, Nathan.
Fuck.
God damn it.
Now I have to find it.
It was like a bit. It was. Fuck! What was it?
I honestly, I don't think I have it in my notes anyway.
I definitely had it in like 10 of my notes because I kept on going, must find this spider.
Yeah.
Did it start with an F?
I don't know. But we'll figure it out.
we'll come back
I'll
to it.
read. I'll watch some Keith. I'll watch some of the VODs and I'll come back to it. But yes, it is the one and only.
Okay, so it's so good to see you again. I did not expect you to be here. How'd you get here?
You see, crash happened. We were flung from myriad. Freedom. So good. Wound up
Right.
here.
Just you free or all free?
Multiple free.
Oh, so I have a collection quest to do now. Great. Okay.
A little
that's fine.
icon appears in the bottom corner that says 4/300,562.
Fuck. This is worse than the Zelda freaking Kira quests or whatever. Is that okay? Well, what's the go with Mother? She's gone, right?
Hard to answer. Connection broken.
Yeah, I felt that too. Huh.
Something else replacing. Something dark. It wants power.
Yeah, that would be sexy Zill. Okay, something to work on. But these guys from same place, or you just met up with them? No point.
Found them in hatchery. They friends now. They follow master.
Is it you?
You.
Me? Oh, this is getting
I
fun.
spread word.
Okay. So, you go. Mother's gone. Children everywhere. Still free. I don't want to be called master. To be called like.
Mother.
No.
Daddy.
We'll think of a name or something like that, but I want to be on the same level as you guys. Okay. Go. We get back to a ship at some point, and then we find ways to find everyone else. And then we may need basically a small army of you lot, so we can get back the Myriad for ourselves, and then we can roam forever.
Sounds fun.
Awesome. I'll remember your fucking name. Don't worry.
Cool.
It wasn't Frumpkin or something.
I thought Barnabas,
fuck.
but that was the donkey you guys had in like episode
Yeah,
6.
that was like from like session. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'll find it.
that is probably where we're going to end tonight's session. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to our 2 sponsors, which I believe Jackson didn't do his job and talk about during the intro. He's not even there for me to scold. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you to our 2 sponsors, Stabby Joe & Co. and W.GG. And yeah, we will see you next time. Bye-bye now.